What is good? My anime faithful. What is good, yo? So, this week of My Hero Academia, my lord, um, not only is it devastating to hear, but it's also pretty crazy to think that everything that's going to happen from here on out may be the last time we see certain things going off. For instance, learning that All Might only has so much time to live, and not only is it foreseen by someone who can literally predict so much happening at once by Midoriya moving at speeds he usually doesn't even move at, to all of a sudden being able to react to that stuff on the fly in an enclosed area. Not only that, getting to see just how ridiculously like powerful and um, fast Midoriya has gotten over the times, but to still be pretty much stomped like he hasn't done anything was kind of telling of how much there is in the growth department. I mean, sure, he could predict everything, and if he couldn't, would he still be able to dodge for that long? Probably not, but at the same time, you still need the stamina, you still need the agility, all those things to react to those things. So it's still a really big step or like a big showcase for him, even though he might have dealt with faster people. So now I'm thinking about it, just seeing this guy who every time he kind of shows up on the scene, he kind of steals the show, kind of like a hero killer or Stain. Like, I feel like he's another Stain, but just a lot more cynical and less caring, I guess you can say. I don't know how to put it. He seems just really into death, and death comes whenever he shows up, including when seeing Midoriya in the situation of knowing he's probably gonna die. The girl reacts for him, jumping out of his arms and really just putting an end to the situation as a whole, because if she didn't do that, Midoriya would have probably been dead or barely gotten out with his life, and the other guy with him probably would have died protecting him. So either way, I saw it as a pretty much death in this situation for these guys, including with how heroes respawn, right? You got to protect, you got to do what's right, you got to jump in front of every situation as fast as possible. All these types of things are what comes with the line of work, unlike being on the opposite side where you can just throw all abandon to the side and even use that as your weapon, as going for them as a target, knowing that they'll have to react suddenly or they lose pride, they go into despair. Whatever the case may be, you're still seeing an in-game result hurting the hero, um, whether they react or don't react. It's kind of the All Might situation where if he jumps in front of someone to rescue them, he kind of has to take the full blunt of the attack. Not only that, he has to, absorb and then bounce back from it. Like, it's something that he's used to taking. So I love that aspect of how heroes are, expected to do certain things. So to see Midoriya just absolutely dumbfounded by this person in the case of wanting to be that hero, but at the same time, if he was the person that he always is saying he is, the symbol of peace and all that, this girl would have been home safe this week's episode, but that's far in the future for this character, and they love beating that in our heads and keeping it aware that anything that happens from here on out and continues to happen, it's still not in the court of Midoriya just handling it by himself. And with even someone who destroyed the whole entire class of the students that Midoriya's with, and I guess, yeah, he destroyed them by himself. With someone like that next to him, he still was in a position not to approach this guy or try to even press the conversation. So that's the type of stuff that should give you chills and thinking of what it could mean for him overall, just knowing what he knew. And sure, he's definitely more keen to following the plan to a T and not losing his cool. But with Midoriya asking these questions and whatnot, definitely raised some eyebrows towards the guy who was telling us how he wants to live his life and how he wants to be one of the greatest heroes of all time and stuff as well. And or just save a whole bunch of people as our main character wants to be the greatest hero. it it then shows how quickly he would in a situation follow the ladder, follow what he thinks is right, follow what he thinks others would think was right of him, and not do anything subtle or like too crazy dangerous. And Midoriya is a complete opposite. He's gonna jump in their head first for whatever reason, and that's another cool aspect of his character. So I look forward to seeing them elaborate and see him actually, you know, get results out of that. Overall, though, the most crazy part of hearing All Might, just calling Midoriya his idol pretty much and being a fan of him, to literally, telling Midoriya that he's going to try not to get in his way. All of these things are really like crazy to hear from your idol and stuff like that. So to see Midoriya act this way after hearing it, I'm not surprised, and I definitely am just kind of blown back that they're just gonna blatantly tell us about All Might maybe being taken out, right? So we're gonna have to see how that plays out, but there's gonna be a lot of videos dropping Saturday. Well, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for me right now, but it's gonna be a lot of videos dropping soon later today, so keep your eyes and ears open on the channel if you want more from me, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. So with all that being said, take care and peace. Oh well, have an amazing day, night, evening, and I am your boy, the Anime G. I kinda forgot that part, but sometimes when it's 2 a.m., your boy be struggling, so have faith in me. I just want Vegeta to die. Know that my hero beats Dragon Ball. There you go.